For today's video, I bring two main topics, really juicy ones. The first one is the big comebacks that we have on the horizon, like for instance Metal Gear Solid 3, Delta Snake Eater remake, the new Metal Gear Solid. Because we already have a date and we have a new trailer with gameplay, which we are going to be discussing. We also need to talk about the return of Jurassic Park and the return again of Silent Hill. On one hand we have that, and on the other hand we have to discuss more Xbox titles that will be coming to PlayStation soon. This is not going to stop, huh? This is not going to stop at any moment. This is already a reality. I'm mentioning this because there are a lot of people saying no, because Phil Spencer said that not all games, that some, that no, this is it, this is how it is. We will discuss this in another video. Without further ado, let's start discussing the current initiative situation. The studio responsible for the development of Perfect Dark has posted a new job search for a LED graphics engineer with experience in multi-platform development. The job description mentions the need to optimize and ensure scalability of rendering features to support multiple platforms and quality settings. The job description that the initiative is looking for is a bit complex, but it implies that they are looking for someone who is capable of porting the video game to different platforms. And as they talk about scalability, we can come to believe that they refer to Nintendo Switch 2, although we can also understand PlayStation 5. Speaking of Xbox and PlayStation games, Microsoft has confirmed Age of Mythology Retold arriving on PlayStation 5 on March 4th. This is the new version of Age of Mythology from 2022, but remastered with improved graphics, new features, and even new game modes. Right now, the title is listed on PlayStation 5 and costs $30 or €30 in case you're interested. I couldn't tell you how well it's gonna play with a controller. Because I didn't play it on consoles, I played it on PC, where I can tell you it played very well. But I don't know what the experience of playing it on PlayStation or on consoles will be like. That same day, March 4th, not only is Mythology coming to PlayStation 5, but a new expansion for this video game called Immortal Phalanx is also going to be released, which introduces the Chinese gods, Chinese units, and all things Chinese. The expansion will also be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC upon release, with support for cross-platform play. In addition, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition will also be coming to PlayStation 5 mid-year, with no confirmed date, offering complete content and also support for crossplay. The release of Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition on PlayStation 5 coincides with the new expansion they are going to add to this game, adding new content, civilizations and other things. I'm really happy to know that more and more players are going to be able to join Age of Empires and Age of Mythology. And it also makes me very happy that we are finally having a new life for these great classics. Not only with these remasters and remakes, but with DLCs, content, total crossplay. I think it's great news for all fans of these games who had the games and who didn't, because now more people will be able to play them. It appears that Bandai Namco has quietly laid off over 100 employees without anyone noticing. They know that mass layoffs affect the public image of companies and also their stocks. Typically, big companies prefer to keep large-scale layoffs under wraps. Well, it was made known by the Japanese pension registry that in all of 2024, Bandai let go of more than 100 people, without anyone knowing too much about it. Last year, it was reported that Bandai was using expulsion rooms to force its employees to resign. These rooms are like break rooms, where the Japanese send their employees to just sit quietly and do nothing for months, until they go crazy enough to resign. Bandai Namco was accused of using this methodology, of sending the Japanese to rest and nothing else. Something that would not work at all in Latin America. Well, in Spain I don't think it would either. They send them to rest and say, chill, rest. Well, what happens is that in these restrooms, they don't let you do anything, neither use the phone, nor read the newspaper, nothing. They sit you down there and leave you quietly staring at the wall. After 2 or 3 months of this, you go completely insane because it's unhealthy and you resign. It seems that Bandai has been using this methodology of motivation to resign. So people would leave, and they fired more than 100 people. That's what's being said. Epic Game Store has started to approve its new Fortnite servers in Mexico City, aiming to improve connectivity. For Mexican and Latin American players, these servers are expected to be fully operational by February 21st, coinciding with the start of a new game season. This new server in Mexico City should relieve the Brazil server and allow Latin American players to have another server to access. And well, lower ping, less delay, and higher quality in the connection and in the gameplay of the title. We have a new Jurassic World movie confirmed, which is a kind of reboot or something like that, because it's called Renaissance. It's going to be released on the 2nd of July. Nobody asked for it, but it's coming anyway, and it's going to star the beautiful Scarlett Johansson as the lead actress. The week following the 2nd of July, on the 11th of July, we have the Superman movie. Another reboot, another restart. It appears that we have run out of ideas. And on the 25th of July, we have the Fantastic Four making a return to the big screen. With Pedro Pascal being the actor of the moment and everyone wanting him involved in their projects, the Fantastic Four are making a comeback. Speaking of which, a new Jurassic Park game was announced at the Game Awards in December 2022. I don't know if you remember. The Jurassic Park Survival, a survival, action, and first-person adventure video game developed by Saber Interactive. Well, this title is supposed to come out this year. Perhaps with the release of a new Jurassic World movie, they are encouraged to finally set a date for this Jurassic Park Survival, which is a game that in fact comes with a super interesting premise. Because the title, The Survivor, happens exactly after the first Jurassic Park movie. But it tells a story that was never told to you, which is that of a scientist who worked at the facilities who did not manage to evacuate and who stayed there on the island. And you play in that role trying to survive with a bit of stealth, with a bit of infiltration and the like, and manage to get off the island to save yourself. The premise is strong as it builds upon the original film, without moving it, without altering it, and adds content to it. A story that we did not know, written, new, fresh, and which gives us another perspective on what happened. I hope this game turns out well because it seems to me to be a great way to make a video game out of an old movie. Will be you, Furball? Yes, also. Speaking of movies and video games, a film adaptation of Clear Obscure Expedition was announced. 33. Yes, from the game, which hasn't even come out yet. These greedy French want to make a movie already? The video game launches on April 24th and is a turn-based role-playing game with real-time mechanics set in a dark fantasy. French. Well, it seems that the proposal was liked and the cinema ran out of ideas. Indeed. They said, let's make a movie of this video game that hasn't even been released. The game may launch later and be very good. And it's a total win to have a fresh movie as close as possible to the game for launch. Or maybe the game ends up being horrible because the trailer looks spectacular, but you know how these trailers go, don't you? Sometimes we see things that look really good. And then, If that happens, they may cancel the movie, but I'm not sure. A new update drops for Space Marine 2. And my goodness, this game looks beautiful. Please, it's okay that this is running on PC, which is where this game looks best. But on consoles, it also looks very decent. Beyond that, highly recommended, one of the best shooter campaigns we've had recently. A title that also updates for free. They've just added a new map for PvP combat, also new missions, and a few new cosmetics. If you haven't been able to play Silent Hill 2 Remake yet, why were you waiting for it to go on sale? I'll tell you that for PC right now, there's a good deal, quite decent. And the thing is, you can save almost $30 on this video game. If you buy it through Eniba, because Eniba has put it on offer, and I'll tell you how to find it. It turns out that you have to go to any of my videos and scroll down to the description, where it says games on offer at Eniba. You click there, this will take you to this enable and you go to the last round of promotions. The one that says the best of the rankings. Here you will find a selection of great video games at great prices like Resident Evil 4 Remake for $13. Well, do you set it to show everything? You go down, 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 down. And here is Silent Hill 2 Remake at $37. Click on it and go down a little more. Because here are the best prices and that's it. You buy it for PC if you want to play it. Speaking of Silent Hill and also speaking about Konami, recently Silent Hill F, that is the Silent Hill from Japan. It has been classified by the Game Rating and Administration Committee of South Korea, which suggests that the video game development is quite advanced and we will probably have more information soon. Perhaps this is the next Silent Hill to come out, and remember that there is still one more Silent Hill to come out, which is from Annapurna, of which we still do not have more information. On its first day of release, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 reached the impressive figure of 1 million copies sold. 1 million sales in 24 hours for any video game is a great accomplishment. The critiques of the current title are very good, and on Metacritic we have a score of 88 points. Both from the public and the press. For my part, I tell you that I've been playing it for about 3 or 4 weeks, maybe more. The people from PlayOn provided me with a copy of the video game and I was able to play it quite a bit. I haven't been able to finish it yet because in the middle I had the move from Spain to Mexico and well, you know. Moving everything was a lot of work and I couldn't finish the video game, but I loved it. What I've been playing so far, I think it's great. And it is, without a doubt, one of the best RPGs we've had in a long time. Especially if you like RPGs, which are not magical or futuristic, which there aren't many of actually. That is, we always have something halfway cyberpunk, or something halfway The Witcher. It's like in RPGs, either magic and witchcraft, elves and the like, or future and technology. In this one, no. In this one, you have an ordinary person from the Middle Evo. I still owe a video review of this game. I'm going to see if I have the time to do it, because I'm loving it. What you're seeing on the screen is called Bump Super Brawl, and it's a free turn-based strategy game. One-on-one, available on PC through Steam and on Android and iPhone operating system devices. And what's interesting is that it's also a new game from Ubisoft. Yes, Ubisoft just launched this. The charm of the video game is that it's an online multiplayer fighter, where you and your enemy move your characters at the same time. That is, you make your move without knowing what your opponent's move will be, and your opponent does the same. And when they hit play, well, both moves are executed at the same time, leading to quite unexpected fights. Well, the premise of the game is interesting. I haven't tried it yet, but I downloaded it because it's free. I invite you to do the same. Download and try it. Let's see how the latest from Ubisoft is. Speaking of free to play, are they still updating the multiverses? But remember that it's already dying, it's almost dead. In fact, it's already 1 foot in the grave. Well, beyond that, beyond the fact that we already know it's dying and all that, I remind you again that if you want to have the game forever, if you want to keep it on your console, after the server shutdown, installation is required in February. After the game's servers go down, can you still play local multiplayer if you have it installed? And maybe it's more of a game to play there with family or friends. And we have a new trailer for the new and spectacular Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. A very special trailer because the trailer finally confirms the release date of this game. August 28th of this year on PlayStation 5, on Xbox Series, and on PC. This title is a remake of the classic game Metal Gear Solid 3 from 2004. And the title promises to keep everything just the same. The narrative, the original voices, the gameplay. We're simultaneously updating several aspects, such as the camera, technical components, graphics, and more, so that it runs well on modern platforms. Konami's new trailer showcases several of the game's most epic enemies and characters. Completely redesigned, various scenarios, and very epic moments from the video game. I don't know about you, but I am very excited about this trailer. And we also saw that in this new edition of the game, we are going to have the minigame Snake vs. Monkey. It's a mini game where we had to catch little monkeys from the APE escape using non-lethal weapons. Well, it's going to be in this new version of the video game as well. I think it's perfect that they preserve these details that made games from 20 years ago so unique, doesn't it? Without a doubt, we are living in a golden age for all those gamers from about 2 decades ago. Well, actually, those who played 2 decades ago who are now in their 3rd or 4th decade. Because we're seeing everything from our childhood come back. Better, often with improved graphics, updated and so on, and we can relive games that had been left far behind technically. On one hand, it makes me very happy. On the other hand, it worries me because it's like a strange feeling. It's ambiguous. On one hand, you say how great all these old games from our childhood and so on, and on the other hand, you say how bad that we keep talking about the same games all the time. That it's always the same franchises that are coming back. It's like they're not inventing anything new, there's no ideas, what's going on? Don't they dare? We should also take some of the blame, doing a bit of introspection, because suddenly new franchises, new sagas are coming out. And we say it doesn't interest me that much. Death Stranding isn't that good, Death Stranding is awesome. Anyway, it is what it is. We are as we are, and we have Metal Gear this year. Surely we will have Silent Hill, hopefully we'll have Jurassic Park, and I don't know what else could possibly return. Dino Crisis, oh my god. Friends, here I leave you more videos to continue watching on this channel. Thanks for watching, see you next time, bye 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 bye.